yo, this is poison.
Something without preparation. When it comes to style, we have that in abundance. That's why them have to call with the true champion. And the NIC, we are the original band. Nobody can say we're pirate anyone. When time we come, we have the brand new slang. Mash it up, tear it up, the whole place rock. Come fi make money, come fi make plans. Come fi put yourself in a top position. You love the rock and twins, just hold up your hand. And hold up your hand and sing this a song. When we step up on the best of my waist, step correct, listen rock and twins, you better. When we step up on the best of my waist, step correct, listen rock and twins, you better. When we step up on the best of my waist, step correct, listen rock and twins, you better. Batman and the rockers, we are living legend. This is a serious act, we don't come free pretend. How we been safe, us
when you've been time tripping. They gon' have to. Can't you tell that it's enough? Think I helped a lot, man, you would think I had a trust. Something on my side, I was never in a rush. I cannot pretend like I don't understand the fuss. They gon'
seed of the prime, they were driving a blue 4-door, 4 Focus, and them not a clean and they came with the wave. But it turned out they were surfing, so my J's used to get stressed in the red of my staff, so I had to address the behaviour. Bed drug fiends who would stand on the land and banging on the door of my next door neighbour. On the 12th floor in the high-rise flats and die in the sky like the moon in the morning. And every day I wake up I feel like death. All day long I've been moving morbid. Man, I got about all over the globe. Yeah, this year next to me visiting Kingston. Half of the family's coming from Ireland, but all time I've read them in St. Vincent. We're jumping in the deep end, swimming in dirty water. No, we can't see no ceiling. We're giving them the I said we're jumping in the deep end, swimming in dirty water. No, we can't see no ceiling. We're giving them
So sorry, but I came here on the vex one, kicking over the decks one, grabbing ravers by the next one. I got here on a mad thing, going on like I'm bad thing, punching walls on my hamstring. I got here in a spaceship, crash landed, didn't say shit, almost thought we wouldn't make it. I got here in the wrong mind, picked up weed with the wrong kind. Why's the bullshit always on? I come here to cause mayhem. Mass hysteria kicking over your playpen. Back in area, only rolling out fragrance. Exotic, supernatural, taking over your day when. So sorry, but I come here to cause mayhem. Mass hysteria kicking over your playpen. Back in area, only rolling out fragrance. Exotic, supernatural, taking over your day when. So sorry, but I come here to cause mayhem. myself worked up, dragging all of this dirt up, already spilling my third cup. I just get myself too high, dirty shows just too fly, mess it up, never knew why. I just spread myself too thin, breaking all the illusions, but probably causing more confusions. I just get myself too gassed, never know the things too past, living life cause it won't last. So sorry, but
initialize the patch, which brings it to the stock settings. For this, I'm gonna use a square wave. Draw out a pattern, and when you're happy with it, start sculpting the bass. This is now a basic bass you can play with. Let's put it in the context of a song. The most important part of the bass line is the low pass filter, which gives it that womp sound. Applies to other synths. With Serum, you have more room for creativity with its built-in effects module.
There's no takebacks, and you hate the way that I say that. Hear no truth in this playback, so you always stay on that safe track. Burn me up like an old hurt, I'll just let you down like that casket. You should go, this just won't work. See, I've been too blunt, you could pass it. Putting folks under microscopes, tell them how to fix their problems. Put myself on a pedestal, been trying to be king of Gotham. Mama said, boy, your heart turned cold, hoping you gon' let it soften. Scared I got too comfortable, doing dirt down here at the bottom. Still I in the back, whole world shook, it's a seismic attack. Move too fast, no time to react. Mess with my mental, but my mind is intact. Trust ain't much with no action. Ain't no choice but go past them. Hold you back, there's no lasting that. Anchor attached, boat crashing. That's how it go when you sink low. Caught in the current in the free flow. Worse than me be your ego. Only got a few friends that I keep close. We know that shallow don't take you far. And nobody good as they say they are. Ain't the fight, it's the size of the scar. Higher the status, the lower the bar.
Ah.
Hello. Check, check.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Sauce boss. Sauce.
Yeah. What'd you lose?
Well, that was amazing. Hour, almost, I don't know, 2 hours almost.
Yeah.
Because you did what?
I think I only did an hour.
You did almost exactly an hour. That was perfect. Amazing.
Precision.
Everything sounds good. Dave is giving the thumbs up.
Yeah.
We, you weren't fully aware. We tried to make sure it wasn't in your presence because we don't want to upset Dad. And you were slamming tunes so hard that a full-on wrestling match actually went down, WWE style.
Upstairs.
I can't even tell you where. The location is disclosed.
Okay,
to
good
no
to
one.
know. Good to know.
But I got sent through a wall as you were reaming us with some of the hardest jump up drum and bass that I've heard in a minute. And then eventually Nautical Divine got in there and took me down from the top rope.
I missed a lot.
Yeah. I came back with a chair. He dodged it.
Nice.
Skillfully. Then I got an uppercut straight to the chin. Then I was raised to the dead by tax evasion.
As you should be.
As you should, yeah, exactly. Yeah. And as I awoke, I fled for my life.
As you would in tax evasion.
As you would, if that would have truly happened, but it was all a joke.
Yes.
None of this really happened. And if it were to happen, you would never know.
No.
But it would never actually happen.
No.
All right. But yeah, that was amazing. Seriously, that was incredible. As a lot of the artists that I have on here, I never really fully know what they're going to do.
Which is exciting.
It's very exciting. That's my favorite part about doing this show is all I'm asking of people is to come on and play something that they want to play. This is an opportunity to get to play music that is going to, you can show this to other people to help promote future projects. You can just listen to this yourself in the car because it's tunes you like. You can do it for whatever reason you want. I don't care. I'm just choosing people that I feel inspired by, that I want to have come on and share a part of them.
Well, that's the thing is like, I knew that was the vibe.
Yeah.
And I think that comes through even if you wouldn't have told me, which you probably told me. But
yeah.
So when I was designing the set for this and the playlists and stuff like that, what I was trying to do was like, I want to showcase a lot of originals.
Yeah.
So I didn't count how many originals, but I'd say at least probably 7.
Yeah.
And then a lot of edits and bootlegs and stuff like that. And right now I've really been on this like maximal, even in grooves kick.
Sure.
Like I'm really interested in, I don't know, I'm pursuing whatever makes me feel the most excited. And some of these blends that I do, there's like a Jersey club bass, there's a 4 on the floor kind of beat, there's like a grime clap, and like for me, what I feel like is like a choose your own adventure groove.
Yeah.
Like lock into whatever one you like. And like, but I think hopefully the ones that I choose are still working together, even though they're so full.
Definitely.
You know?
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Well,
in a lot of ways.
I think that's exactly the right choice of words too. Full. Like,
yeah.
Full is exactly how it felt. There never really felt, even in the breaks between tracks, it never felt that there was a lack of something.
Yeah.
And it also never felt overpowering.
And certainly not minimal. I mean, there's like
definitely
one moment with a different life tune, I think, where it's like one song playing at a time.
Yeah.
Everything else has been like super full the whole time.
Absolutely. Yeah. But it's the perfect amount. It's not overflowing. It's just right up to that top where I feel like I can like successfully and gracefully carry the glass without it spilling. I'm like, this is right where I need it to be.
Yeah.
And like it's really, really tastefully done.
Yeah.
I could tell that you put a lot of effort into it. There was never a moment where I felt like, just winging this is like, oh no, this is like really well thought out, really well composed and put together. And I love that about listening to studio mixes especially. And I consider BASSment Jams one of those shows that is studio mix like, where people have an opportunity to really like dial something in, put something out there that can be listened to over and over again. And this I will be listening to a lot. This is definitely going in the saved folder.
Nice.
Tattooing.
That's one of mine.
Yeah.
Bassline bass. It's called Step by Step.
Such a good tune.
Yep.
What bassline bass?
Well, that's what he says. Bassline bass, step by step. So it's from a tutorial from, and of course I'm going to forget his name in the moment, but yep, I forgot his name. But it's on YouTube, and he's teaching people how to make bassline, like UK bassline.
Yeah.
And so I was watching that, and I was like, first of all, this guy's voice is awesome.
Yeah.
And then like he used his like production techniques, I think, to make his voice really crispy and cut through.
Awesome.
And I was like, this sounds like it could be a fun tune concept.
Totally.
And like that tune, I kind of want to play more in the clear in the future, just because it's, I liked injecting some humor into my stuff.
Yeah.
And so the whole intro is a tutorial. And then I wrote the song following the tutorial.
Oh yeah.
Essentially. So it's like he says, and now I'm going to use a square wave, and the sine wave that was playing switches to a square wave and stuff like that. Yeah.
Sick.
So there's a lot of different like humor joke things like that.
Yeah, a lot of like call back and forth.
Yeah.
A lot of talking back and forth to each other. Call and response.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah.
Very good too.
I'm hype about that one. I think I've got a pretty decent drum and bass pack going right now.
Yeah.
And then I've got a lot of breaks tunes because I just did that Manuka show, the takeover at the Black Box. Went super well. It was really dope.
360 really good clips and videos that you've been posting from that on your Instagram.
And that video is up on the Date Modified YouTube, which we can talk about later. But it was great that I got that opportunity, because I was fully, for those who know, like what I was kind of talking about, I was fully in the drum and bass lane.
Yeah.
And like breakbeat was kind of the idea, and drum and bass is the idea. And I was really like, I want to make a bunch of drum and bass. I'm excited about it.
Right.
And then I got that opportunity to play for the Manuka show. And I was like, well, I don't want to play drum and bass at this. I want to play some breaks or something like that.
Totally.
You know, and I'm kind of taking a break from dubstep, essentially. Like this is the first time I played dubstep in a while, you know.
Totally.
But I got a few like Siskiyou tunes and I couldn't help it. But So I just intensively stopped all my drum and bass work and started working on breaks, and then had an amazing time writing those tunes. And now I'm just like all breaks all day. You know, and now I feel like I'm just starting to swing back to like, okay, drum and bass and breaks is cool, you know, but I don't know, like I'm trying not to overthink it. And just follow the path of the most excitement. And a lot of these tunes that I play, like the first couple, like I laugh when I listen to them. And like I get super excited. And like some of them people are challenged by to put it in a positive light.
Totally.
You know, because like people be like, this is like too frantic, maybe a little too ADHD or something like that. But when I go to reassess, because I take that seriously and I listen to it, I'm just like, that's exactly the amount of energy I want. You know? And so I'm just going to push forward and hopefully people like it. But
Absolutely. The laughter too, that's a reaction I get when I like something quite a bit as well. Or even in scary movies, if something is like so ridiculous, I'm just like,
exactly.
You can't not. It's like an uncomfortable laughter, but at the same time, it's a pleasant laughter. I do enjoy this. Finley had his first ever, that I am recording in my mind forever, reaction to music, where he heard like a drop in a tune and like started hysterically laughing. And
amazing.
He didn't know what to do about it. So
do you remember which tune?
I do. It's by Gorillaz.
Okay, nice.
And then the track is called why am I blanking now in the moment?
Put it in the liner notes.
The
pinned comment.
It's on Plastic Beach. That's the album. And Empire Ants.
Okay.
Super good track. I'll send it to you.
And he lost it, and you're like, my boy.
Dude, he starts laughing, and he just started referring to the track before I told him what the name was as the song that makes me laugh.
That's great.
It's like, that's crazy that so many of us share that similar feeling. Like you make these tunes and you know that you're like, oh, I locked in. This is hysterical. Like, this is so funny. It's so good.
And like, even in Ternion Sound, like we would put kind of jokes in stuff, or at least I would put jokes in stuff. We use a lot of video game samples. Like on the album, I was just telling someone at the Boredom Fighters retreat, shout out the Boredom Fighters. A lot of the track titles on there are video game references. And it's funny, because especially Ternion was like mostly serious, but you understood that we were having fun, and you would watch like the Infrasound live sets and we're losing it and like pushing each other around and stuff like that. But like we present very serious, and then it's the funniest thing to me to be like very serious, and then the track Datadyne is based off the evil company in an old N64 game. Serious.
Very serious.
You know, it's just like
it's
like playing with it, and you know, I think, not to put words in Jack's mouth, but like, you know, some people will be like, you know, dark music doesn't have a place sometimes, or like, why would you play aggressive stuff in the club? And it's like, we experience all of these emotions. Like, let's like entertain them, enter that world together, and let it go, and all that kind of stuff. You know, so I feel like that kind of fits in. You know?
Absolutely. I mean, very much so. And I think when you bring that mixture of emotion into a place like a club or a festival, it gives everybody an opportunity to have a reaction or a feeling to something. Because not everybody's always feeling like happy and joyful. And then a lot of those times, at least for me, that's where music hits me the hardest, is when I'm not having a great time. And then I hear some insane music, and it takes me away from it for a second. And I just become enthralled with it and want to experience just that. And it's not even like I'm searching for escapism. It's just...
It's like processing. It's like,
exactly.
like going and working out.
Yes.
I think.
Very much. But you nailed it with this set. That I was back there getting, you know, tossed from the top rope and trying to swing the chair, but somehow still
cage match.
It was captivated by the set. It was amazing.
Sweet.
So tell me about Speedtek. Let's go to the beginning of Speedtek.
Yeah.
How does the name come about? Where where did you start thinking of creating this journey back into drum and bass? Because years and years before, drum and bass was a huge love of yours.
Yeah.
Clips being one of like your
that was your Nardwar moment.
That was my Nardwar moment. I should have pulled out the record. This record here, Andrew's favorite record of all time.
That's great.
But yeah, being one of your huge inspirations.
Yeah.
How does Speedtek come into light then?
Yeah. So a lot of people ask me like, are you going to go as Nostalgia again?
Oh, sure.
And
I never even thought of that. I don't even, I was like, it's out of the question. It's not happening.
Well, I think everyone can find their own way and do their own thing. But the way I see it is that, and especially in the modern meta and the way I see things, like, I don't mind the compartmentalization. I feel like when I desire something or I'm being told a story, I like it to be kind of like I'm going to a place and I'm getting what I expect.
Yeah.
Like when I was at the retreat, we were kind of doing a little business talk, and I was talking about like, you know, people were talking about like, oh, what if I want to change my sound or things like that? And it's like, well, it's really not a big deal unless you have a bunch of fans. And then I think if you change your sound, you should likely maybe change your name or consider it, you know?
Yeah.
And the analogy I put is like, if you go to McDonald's and all of a sudden they're like, no burgers, no fries, just spaghetti. That's what we do now.
Yes.
Yeah, I think you have a right to be upset, you know? Like, you can let them do their thing, but you can be like lamenting what was.
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
know? And then you can unfollow.
Yeah.
And I think that's your right.
Yeah.
You know? So for me, I didn't want to resurrect the Nostalgia project in the way that what I was doing there. I wanted to keep it as it was.
Yeah.
I didn't want to change what it meant or what it did, you know?
Yep.
So I was like, I got to come up with a new name. And like, I had been pursuing getting better at writing drum and bass, I mean, my entire life, because that's what everybody has to do, like, get good at it.
Absolutely.
So I'm always working on that. But the name didn't come for a while, and I don't remember when it was. It's sometime before Infrasound, because the debut was it Equinox?
I believe it was Equinox 360.
Yeah. And I needed a name, and I wanted it to be something that I related to on more than one level.
Yeah.
And so I'm still into video games, even though I don't play as many video games. I still identify as a gamer.
Yeah, absolutely.
And speed running's a thing. If you've heard of speed running, where you try to beat the game as fast as possible.
Yes.
People have competitions. It's like a whole big thing.
Yes, Mario Parties, not Mario Party, Mario, Super Mario.
I was like, you could speed run Mario Party, but that's intense.
That takes team effort. That takes a whole bunch of people and not me on the team. I'm so slow.
So people will sometimes say in the speedrunning community, Speedtek for this. They'll say like the technique, like this is my Speedtek for getting through there. And then I thought that also just sounded like a really cool, especially TEK feels very like old drum and bass labels and stuff like that.
Totally.
And so once that name popped into my head, I was like, that's it, you know? And I looked it up and I was like, well, like an auto parts company using it, not the same industry, should be good. I think I'm good, you know? Yeah. And I was like, this is one of the names that I've picked that I'm the happiest with upon starting it. So I was like, because I even normally my philosophy about picking names as well is that they all sound dumb until they're normalized.
Sure. Yeah.
So that's like a comfort to people because they're like, does that sound corny? It's like, it does now, but in 6 months it'll just sound regular. You know? But this is one of the names that when I tell people, they're like, nice.
Yeah.
That's a cool name.
Very cool.
10
out of 10.
So and then it was started off as just like a drum and bass outlet, and you know, as Ternion Sound was sunsetting, we were all feeling all types of way, right?
Totally.
And I was kind of just like, I need a break, and I don't want music to become like toxic to me, because it still is like my big like release of energy. It's the way I cope with life and process emotions and things like that.
Absolutely.
So I'm just gonna come up with a moniker so I can play occasional shows and maybe release stuff on Bandcamp, but it's just gonna be for fun. 100% for fun.
Yep.
And then I think over time I had to go through that, like, never do the industry again, never write music again, like chill out, processing emotions. And slowly over time and with talking with friends, it's like, they're all just like, you're not gonna stop writing music. You've been writing since you were 4.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna keep doing this. And
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, a month later, I'm like, maybe.
Right.
And then like 2 months later, I'm like, I got several tracks.
Yeah. When's the next show?
Yeah. So that's kind of the nutshell, I suppose. Yeah. And what I'm trying to do is like take it seriously, still move with intention. I think that's one of the best things that Ternion ever did, but let go of a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, we learned a lot in Ternion, and we held tight to a lot of stuff, and I think that was necessary.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
But I'm going to try to make some different choices to just like calm the stress down. It can be a really stressful job touring around playing almost 90 shows a year and stuff like that, you know.
Definitely.
Like with just high stakes and industry stuff and all that kind of stuff, and it can box you in, you know. And so I'm like, let's try to do this again and not get boxed in.
Yeah.
And also just like the expectations are like, have a great time.
Yeah.
You know, so.
One of the most important rules for me, and when I get to play shows with a lot of other people, the first thing I like to tell people is just, you're not having fun, you're not doing it right.
Yeah.
So being able to let go of a lot of those things and get to have a fresh start is...
Yeah, I think sometimes I push back on that, and I think I push back on it maybe legitimately, maybe not.
Yeah.
The way I push back on it is, I think an attitude, I hate that this rhymes, an attitude of gratitude.
That's how you know it's true. That's how you know it's true.
Is important, but like when you're on day 5 and maybe you just did 2 festivals in a row, and now like it's not gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Unless you really are a monk about it and you're like, I have my ritual. I do this before my set. I put on the character that is a slice of me, and I just vibe and be with the music.
Yeah.
But there's going to be times where, because I just never want that, if you're not having fun, stop feeling or change.
Yeah.
I think there has to be an amount of time caveated with that. So it's like
Definitely.
and I was just thinking about this too. I don't know, we can go down some crazy rabbit holes or whatever, but like,
we have time.
I've been thinking about like burnout.
Yeah.
And I've been thinking also about like Ternion stepping aside, and I've been thinking about people taking up space when other people are maybe looking for their chance.
Yeah.
And I am really actually excited that Ternion stepped aside, because that's a lot of fees and opportunities and headlining slots and things that people can fill the gap of.
Absolutely.
Which is kind of cool. And I think if you find yourself in burnout, what I was thinking is for a year, or even a year and a half, if you really want to push it. If you're dreading work, or you're dreading the thing you're doing, or you're dreading your art for a year, and it's like part of your career or something, that's like, you really should consider either a giant break or a change.
Yeah.
And I think with art, and maybe I'm wrong, and like venue running or anything, or like graphic design or any of that kind of stuff, promotion, managing or whatever, like if you're miserable constantly and in survival mode constantly, which I do get, I've been there.
Yeah.
Either take a break or maybe just do something different, you know, and let someone else come in and see what they can do.
Absolutely.
You know? But I get that it can be really tricky when your livelihood starts to depend on it, and now you feel like you're trapped.
Yeah.
But Ternion made the jump.
Yeah.
You know, and like,
absolutely.
So I don't know, like that's just my feelings on it.
No, I think it's amazing. That I'm glad that, because we had talked about that earlier too, like a little bit. We touched on it a tiny bit, but I'm glad that we were able to talk about it here, because that's like really important. That's a great message for a lot of people, because everybody suffers from burnout from all different kinds of jobs.
Yeah.
I think that there's studies that are out now that even say that doctors can see like physical changes in people's bodies when they're like, burnout is not even just like
I know that
term.
acutely. Like my physical health has changed and gotten worse.
Yeah.
And as I removed stress from my life, it's not just mental. My physical body is healthier.
Yeah.
Which is wild. But it's
crazy.
You know, it's all connected.
Yeah.
You know?
It's really important. I think there are so many people, specifically in the art world, that are so afraid to lose traction when things are going really well.
Yep.
And so they have a hard time with the idea of like stepping back and reflecting on what they're doing. Mm-hmm. And they just want to continue to like be pushing. And eventually it's like, you understand your muscles are just going to give out.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to be able to push all the time. Like,
yeah.
You're going to end up like Tyler and have tennis elbow. Don't even fucking play tennis.
Yeah. And like to go what's going to sound back on what I just said too.
Oh yeah.
I had a shower thought the other day, and the thing that popped into my head was basically like, if I were a doctor prescribing a prescription to the arts people, or at least the people in the music scenes that I know right now, like what would it be? And my thought was, it was 2 doses of patience, maybe, and 1 dose of perseverance, or the other way around, because I wrote it down, but I don't feel like looking it up. Basically, it was like, my thought on the current meta, at least for our scene right now, is that everything is fair game.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel strong waves. I don't feel strong bubbles.
Yeah.
What I do see is a lot of like interest and experimentation and risk taking and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And what I will encourage people is that, like, now, so you can feel burned out, you can feel dejected. You can send that 9th demo out. You can send the 10th demo out. You can send the 11th demo out to labels, and it's not getting signed. It's not getting signed.
Right.
And what I would say is, yes, that sucks, but maybe a little practice of gratitude, a little self-care, a little pause, and then go back to it. But right now is not the like gravy train moment.
Yeah.
And I think if you take the long view, and at least this has been working for me, you will find that you're getting more wins than you think. You're growing your skills, all this kind of stuff. And eventually, through that perseverance, I think it's likely you'll find some open door of success.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
But you have to have your eye on the long view and not be black-pilled by the news and everything that's going on and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Definitely. A lot of it sounds similar, the dosages to something that I wish Jack was here right now, but this is all honestly almost even relevant to why he's not here. But it's similar to the rule of 3s, which is you can choose 2, 3 options, and you can have it good, fast, or cheap.
Yep.
And it's like Jack was talking about how he used to go to a bike shop in Colorado when he lived down there for like 2 years, and the bike shop had the triangle, the Trinity, up in the front of their shop.
Yeah.
And then he would bring his bike to get repaired.
Yeah.
And they'd go, "What 2 do you want?"
That's great.
And he was like, "Are you serious?" And he's like, "This is how we do everything here.
Yeah.
You can choose 2 and we'll get it to you."
Yeah.
And then
but it's very real. I mean, they're just cutting to
real.
the chase.
Exactly.
You know?
And it's cool that they also let that be an option, because sometimes people might not have the money.
Yeah.
Sometimes people might need it right now.
Yeah.
So it's cool that place is like, we can give you whatever you need, but we're going to also not hurt ourselves by trying to always crank out good products for a cheap price. And then that's where burnout usually really comes from.
Yeah.
So he was like, I always choose quality and what was it? Quality and cheap.
Yeah.
He's like, I will take it
slow.
as cheap as you can and as well done as you can.
Yep.
And they're like, that's the right answer.
I was just laughing because I was thinking about if someone just was like, just cheap, and they just rip out the duct tape and they're like,
yeah.
There you go. Ta-da!
Just cheap. Don't even want the good. I just need the cheap.
Just the cheap.
Yeah,
that's real.
Yeah, but he was like, dude, my bike came back every time immaculate.
Yeah.
He's like, it would take forever.
Yep.
But when I got it back, I would ride out of there being like, there's no way that I paid that much for this.
Yeah.
Like, this seems like it's way more expensive.
Yeah.
Like, well, you waited, and because you waited, great things happened.
Yeah.
And so man, the dosages, it's all about finding the right concoction.
Yeah.
And I think everybody's dosage sometimes is a little different.
Yep.
But as long as people are willing to make a sacrifice out of that Trinity.
Or even just have the thought.
Yes.
Ahead of time.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a good way to think about it. Sick, man. Yeah. I'm glad to hear that. I mean, even already in the chat there, Turf says you look super happy behind the decks.
Yay.
It was sick.
Good.
It was fun to watch you rip. I mean, everything was so good.
Yeah.
So what's going on? Tell me about the YouTube.
Sure. Yeah. So I have basically sat on a name which is _date modified.
Okay.
And that's going to be a self-releasing platform.
Cool.
That could maybe turn into something else platform.
Yeah.
But that's what that is. So if you see it, that's why, you know, and I'm just not hyping it a lot because there's nothing to consume.
Yeah.
So, you know, but right now the YouTube or live mix videos that I have control over go up on that channel.
Awesome.
And I would like to, I'm preparing to, and people who are in the Discord are going to be like, you said this for a year.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm preparing to have like some sort of radio show, I think.
Yeah.
I was thinking about producing live again, but honestly, like if we're being very real, as of right now, my day-to-day is so nice. My schedule is so nice.
Yeah.
That I'm like, I don't want to damage that.
No, yeah.
And like, I'm really enjoying writing, and I'm feeling a little shy about my writing. Like for a while I was writing for Ternion on Twitch, and I actually liked it so much that like I couldn't write not being on Twitch for a little bit, because it was like the little brother on the couch playing video games thing. Like just having someone in the room would help.
Yeah.
But right now I think it's just because I'm going into this like just enjoy it and don't think about anything else mode. So I was going to do production streams and now I'm not. But thinking about doing some sort of radio show thing, because I got this new studio, I got the cameras and all that kind of stuff. It's
beautiful studio.
It's going to look nice.
Beautiful studio.
And I just got a track signed. So I haven't signed the paperwork yet, so I'm not going to say who with. But it's nice to feel like there is some traction there. And I don't know to what degree I'm even going to pursue a bunch of shows or a bunch of music or whatever, you know. I know I'm going to write a bunch of music.
Yeah.
But there's a chance that I will try to not go out very much, and I'll just stream and release stuff on Bandcamp and enjoy myself and do private lessons and things like that, you know? Like
kind of the dream for some people.
I'm just thinking about quality of life, honestly, you know, and I've done a lot of stuff. I got to do European tours and all that kind of stuff. I checked a lot of boxes. So it's like, I don't have this huge desire to like be on planes constantly.
Yeah.
You know?
Especially right now.
Yeah, I know. Exactly.
And if you're not from the US, I saw somebody that was overseas. I guess you guys
give it a minute.
Yeah, you guys probably guess what's happening over here. Throw a dart, you'll hit something. But yeah, it's not fun to fly at the moment.
Yeah, and I was even thinking like, would I even take some bookings right now if they were on the if I had to fly to them?
Yeah.
I am more apt, if anyone's listening, to play anywhere I can drive to in the Midwest. I'm like way more down right now.
Sick.
So that's just a reality of the situation, but then also how it matches up with like my lifestyle goals right now.
Yeah,
you
totally.
know? And I don't want to be in fear. Like I was trying to do a little analysis actually early today. I'm like, is this whole plane thing just because I'm scared? I think that's a large part of it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it does suck. It does expend a lot of like fumes into the air. It is expensive. Like there's a lot of downsides. So it's not like it's just I'm nervous I'll get super delayed or miss a flight or something like that, or worse or something like that. But there's an element of that right now. And like because I'm not exactly like getting like 10 million calls for shows all coast to coast, it's like embrace the free time.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. That's a really good thing to do too, because I think there's going to be, like I said earlier, there's a lot of people that are like it happens to me all the time. Once there's like this giant chunk of dead air, I start like panicking.
I have been getting better at that.
It's a practice.
You have to be very active against yourself.
Yeah.
To un-entrepreneur yourself.
Yes.
And to like self-employed yourself.
Yeah.
But it is worth it. It's really worth it.
Especially if self-employment has been what you've done for the majority of your life.
Yeah.
For myself, that's all I've done. Yeah. I've just been a licensed contractor or artist over half of my life.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all
Isn't
I've
that
done.
Crazy?
It's weird.
Yeah. And so it makes sense that it's hard to deprogram, but it's like, think of like, what's my late game meta?
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, writing music since you're 4.
Yeah.
Like, all the way to now, it's like all of a sudden there's this dead air. You're like, I think I'm dying.
Yeah. Well, I've been talking to my homies that I usually have these like philosophical or whatever talks to all the time. And I've just been like having them remind me and reminding myself and just saying out loud, like, you're going to be okay.
Yes.
And like I was in survival mode. I'm sure you've been in survival mode so much. I was in it for so long, and it really degrades your health. And like the most frustrating thing is it's often not true.
Yeah.
But for like almost a decade, I've felt like I'm not going to be able to make rent next month.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how well Ternion would do or something like that. I would still have this feeling I'm not going to make rent next month. And like undoing that was extremely difficult.
Yeah.
Like, and so I'm still on that journey, but it is nice, you know? And like now I'm on this basically journey where I've got like a tiny nest egg from Ternion ending.
Yeah.
We did a really good job of like saving a bunch of money, and then we liquidated the band. Not that there was a lot of like assets or anything like that,
Yeah.
but it's
amazing tracks.
Liquidate the tracks.
Yeah, the tracks are still coming out and being put up, which if you guys haven't seen that, the Ternion Sound Bandcamp is on fire right now. So make
all
sure
those tracks you really wanted are coming out.
Yeah, all the tracks that everybody was like, that will just never come out. Yes, it will. And it is coming
with a few
out
exceptions.
now. With a few exceptions. Like somewhere in there.
Somewhere in there, that one.
That one's got to stay there forever.
Yeah. But you know, like, so I'm looking into the future. Like, I have no job, not on an agency,
right?
And I have like 4 bookings.
Yep.
And I just signed a track, but that was like 2 weeks ago. And so again, that perseverance and that like strength is what I'm also trying to focus on, to just be like, and I'll be fine.
Yeah.
I've been investing in this for my entire life.
Absolutely.
And this is the tool I use to make cash and make a living, right? And so I'll find a way. And I did a good budgeting, and I looked at how long before like all of our money runs out, like, and stuff like that. But my wife has a job too.
Yes.
But, it's not like enough for both of us. But I was like, you know what? I can do whatever I need to do to make this work. But right now I've got several months to just be and make art and stuff like that. So going for it.
Absolutely.
And it's working, but it takes fortitude to do that, you know?
Yeah. You have to be okay with moments of silence.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially when for so long there was no silence.
No.
It was just the phones blowing up,
constant
emails blowing up, texts blowing up, DMs nonstop. Yeah. It is a scary moment when you're so used to like living deep in the city, when you eventually you don't even hear the cars anymore. Then you go out on vacation in a dead silent middle of nowhere place. That silence sometimes is loud. You're like, oh, you're like,
That is very true.
Yeah, so
that is very, very true.
Yeah, it's just the acclamation.
Yeah, and so that's kind of the plan for the YouTube stuff, and I'm just gonna keep writing a ton. And I think what I'm gonna do is try to sign some stuff.
Yeah,
and then try to release a lot of stuff on, honestly, Subvert. You heard of Subvert?
I have.
So they just launched artist pages now, and it's like a co-op Bandcamp essentially.
Right.
And so I don't have anything ready yet, but it's unlocked. I'm going to give it a shot and see, but otherwise like Bandcamp or Subvert or something like that. And the crazy thing is I don't even know if I'm going to release things on streaming.
Sure.
Cause like I'm really thinking about efficiency, and like, you know, in the Ternion thing, like we've learned so much, so I can like try interesting things because I have like an angle to make it work or whatever. But like,
totally.
If I'm not getting marketing from streaming, and I'm not getting money from streaming, and I'm just getting a lot of annoyance and pain, why would I do it?
Yes, absolutely.
And like, so I'm hoping fans will like to collect the stuff, or they will enjoy listening to the tracks via mixes on YouTube or something.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to make my music available.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'm going to like DSP stuff and have it on like Beatport and all that kind of stuff, because I like just don't care.
Right. What about like SoundCloud?
Yeah.
Well, SoundCloud.
I'll do SoundCloud.
SoundCloud and YouTube.
Yeah. And the thing that bothers me about SoundCloud is it does cost over $100 a year.
It does. I do know that. Yeah.
That's why I kind of want to do everything for YouTube, because it's free.
Yeah.
So you might see my SoundCloud disappear, even though like people really love it. But if I'm making enough money to keep it, I'll just keep it.
Yeah.
For quality of life.
Absolutely.
You know, but that's why I've really pared things down, because I want to just keep things as cheap as possible so I can just sit there and write and garden and hang out with my family.
100%.
Because that sounds amazing.
It does sound amazing.
Yeah.
It is. That is the plan here at the BASSment Jams household this summer. It's we're building garden boxes. We're ripping out grass, because fuck grass. And we're growing vegetables.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah.
And fruits.
Yep.
We're lucky we'll get lots of fruits.
Yeah.
But that's definitely cool to hear that's like dream goals.
Yeah.
It's good to know where we're going to be able to see most of your work coming out. you explain more about Subvert? How similar is it to Bandcamp?
I think I would suggest everybody looks it up because I looked hard into them like a year ago when they did their big campaign.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure the structure of it. But what I like is that they're trying to create a process of like voting, essentially, right? Like any co-op existence is about like equal power, I suppose, you know? And I saw the writing on the wall for Bandcamp, even though I hoped it would never happen. And I think it's really happening now. And that was like my last bastion of like purity when it comes to music. Like I love Bandcamp diving. All the music I find is on Bandcamp. I don't look at SoundCloud. Yeah. I basically don't look at YouTube because I just listen to like jazz fusion there or like old drum and bass mixes or something. Yeah. I just dive Bandcamp. Yeah. You know? And now I'm going to get sent promos and stuff like that, but I didn't even touch my promo inbox because I keep forgetting it exists. Yeah. And I just dive on Bandcamp and I buy music, and there's nothing better than like sending money to these people directly too.
Yes. Which is Bandcamp Fridays.
Yeah. Well, that too.
Especially, right?
Yeah. And so it's like, I don't know. I'm going to be really sad if and when it dies. And I'm kind of hoping Subvert kind of like fills that gap if it does.
Yeah, definitely.
You know? So hopefully their search is good because the Bandcamp hashtags and the Bandcamp search got really good. Yeah. And now Bandcamp has playlists, which is useful and stuff like that. I have found a routine with working with it to find the most amazing, obscure stuff. Yeah. So I'll keep using it until I can't, but maybe I won't participate from the selling side or something like that. I don't know.
Totally. Absolutely. Yeah. The thing that I find really interesting about the world of music, and this wasn't even something I really thought about to this degree until recently, which might have been naive, but I didn't realize in what way. I knew that streaming music was bad and unhealthy, but like I didn't realize the kind of chokehold that like things like iTunes or Apple Music and Spotify has on the quality of music that comes out. Yeah. And because nobody owns the music, they get to dictate what money goes to who, which I knew that already. But not only are they dictating what money goes to who, but because of that, that dictates who gets to hear the most of what music, and what gets prioritized. Yeah. And then that alone, like it chokes out any of the younger, possibly extremely talented artists that are trying to show, maybe not even, some of these artists I don't think are even in it for like the game of just doing art for a living. Sure. I think some of them just love music and are really talented, but they never get heard because they are never given a chance.
I mean, the craziest thing to me was Spotify using other artists to make hot playlists that people are really interested in, and then curating those artists out of the playlist and adding their own like hired guns contractor work or AI so that they can have a hype playlist and then they can extract all the money from it too. Yeah. And so it's just doing the same in shitification, you know, and all that kind of stuff. So, absolutely. And we're seeing people get cassette players and CD players and all that kind of stuff. So it's
the young
just
generation
coming around.
CDs are coming back, which I would have never thought, because I thought when vinyl was coming back and becoming big, I was like, yeah, I saw that coming.
Sure. Yeah.
Never would have I ever thought.
I buy so many CDs. I love it. Yeah.
It's so cool though. It is cool. My little brother.
And it's high quality.
It is high quality. My little brother's really into CDs. He was still buying CDs for the last crap loads of years and has like, you know, the CD towers and stacks and stuff. And I'm like, why do you keep buying those? Get a record player. And he's like, that's way too expensive. Yeah. Like, these are cool. And I'm like, are they?
And they work in the car. Record player doesn't work in the car.
But cars, I mean, that's the thing with
they don't have CD players. Yeah.
I know they are really trying to like the whole streaming world, because now all cars come, or not all cars, but a lot of cars, most cars come with what is like Apple Play or iCar or whatever.
AirPlay or whatever. Yeah. Yep.
iCar.
iCarly comes
iCarly. She comes with the car and she just sings to you all the things you don't want.
Yeah, and I think it's not 100% sinister per se, you know, but it's like trend and whatever, because that's what I was thinking too, is like, in a way to try to not, again, black pill yourself or doom, you know, feel terrible about everything. It's like, there's always a rat race of some kind.
Totally.
So there's always going to be people like when there's a new platform, they're going to try to game it.
Definitely.
You know? And so I think about like, I think as an artist or whatever, especially if you have like career aspirations, it's like, consider what you want to do and what are your beliefs and your ideas and your boundaries and all that kind of stuff. Then consider the meta.
Yeah.
And then decide how much you're going to participate.
Yeah.
Like how much is going to bleed in.
Totally.
You know, and then accept the responsibility of your choices.
Yeah.
That's like a big thing I've been talking about is like, because a lot of people really push back on me when I talk about like commercial success and things like that.
Yeah.
And they're like, you're ruining art. And I was like, sorta, but like it's a Venn diagram.
Right.
And like my goal personally is I really like writing music, and I do write some music for myself that I don't really share, but I like lots of people hearing my music.
Yeah.
I like playing my music, and I like my music being purchased because I feel valued from that.
Yeah.
And that is something that I actually like about my art.
Yeah.
I like the sale of my art.
Yeah.
You know, and that's part of my interest.
Yeah.
And like that hasn't been something that like wrecks it for me.
Yeah.
So if it wrecks it for you, then maybe don't participate. But at the same time, if you're not doing anything to get exposure or plays or what have you, probably don't expect to get booked.
Right.
And then don't expect to make a living, which they probably wouldn't, but don't expect to make a living if you hate selling music. You know, you got to really come up with a smart plan if you're going to do that.
Definitely.
You know, so I just think like write it all out.
Yeah.
And then think about yourself and journal, you know, or take some voice messages to yourself or something, write that all out. And then just try to figure out what are you going to do?
Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
there's a lot of ways to cut it.
Totally.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's always going to be pushback from so many different people on ways to do things, but as long as you're not, I couldn't agree more. I don't also believe that the music world was ever like created vindictively. I don't think that streaming platforms were made specifically to steal from people or anything. I think what ends up happening, like you just said, when there's great success, people want to attach.
Yeah.
A lot of the times people want to attach to it.
Yep.
And that's even what you're saying when it comes to making music. When people see that you're doing something and then you're making an effort to get it out, if it's, you know, arguably good, people out there they're seeing other people react to it.
Yeah.
They want to attach.
Yeah.
And that is just how the world works.
Yeah.
People would like to be a part of something exciting and fun. And when everybody's enjoying it together, that's the most awesome part.
Yeah.
And I think that's the funnest part about doing art, is just getting to create something that also gives other people similar feelings.
Yeah. Do you have, I want to ask this because this bounces around in my head.
Yeah.
But people talk about art being expression.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like to express yourself almost necessitates a listener.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why when I get pushback on like promotion or pushback on like, you know, sharing stuff or wanting to sell stuff or something like that, I'm like, what is stopping you? If you think it's just about the process and it's all for you, why are you upset?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like why, you know, it's like, I feel like if I'm going to express myself, if I'm going to say like, I feel terrible today and no one was in this room, it doesn't really give me a lot.
No. Yeah.
But when I say I feel terrible today and there's someone there and they say, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It feels so much better.
Right.
You know?
Absolutely.
And so like if art is an expression like that, and art can be a lot of things, I feel like it necessitates a listener.
Yeah.
You know, and you can kind of just extrapolate from there. But I don't know if you feel that way about...
Oh, very much.
Yeah.
About all the art I've ever participated in.
Sure.
Very much so. I mean, even so much so that you could even... I think about everything I do as art form. I've never been able to walk around and not do things in the art world, and it's just never worked for me to not participate somehow.
Sure.
So even when I'm walking around talking about stuff, I mean, like, I express myself a lot. I don't shut up, sometimes to a fault. So it's I feel that I often, good, bad, the ugly, like have to be expressing myself. It's just part of who I am, regardless if it does me good or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think being able to put yourself out there, and also I don't think it makes you not an artist if you don't want to put it out there, but like and I don't think it's essentially not expression if it's not said to a room, but I don't think it does
It does
much.
feel like a little different.
Yeah.
Like it'd be a meditative practice then, like drawing in the sand,
yes,
or something like that,
Yeah.
which is very healing and awesome.
Definitely.
You know,
Yeah.
so I do get that. I think usually what I'm probably reacting to is people that have aspirations of getting fans or money or playing shows, and then they want to believe this sort of like, but also it's all just for me and I don't care about what anybody says and all that kind of stuff. It's like you can't have both of those.
Yeah, definitely. that was a thing I had heard somebody online say. I don't know if I agree with it 100%, but it when I heard it, I was like, yeah, was exactly what you pretty much just said, where it was like, you're doing art and it's just for yourself. It's therapy.
Yeah.
It's not art anymore.
Interesting.
You're not creating art. You're just having a therapeutic moment. You're doing something for yourself. You're able to like work through a problem. It gets you somewhere. It gives you a good feeling, or it gives you a bad feeling, but it gives you feelings, never for anybody else.
Yeah.
It becomes
it'd be
art.
interesting.
It becomes art when it gets put up in a gallery.
It becomes like communication.
Correct. It becomes art when it gets put out on the speakers.
Damn it, Dave, we weren't supposed to have a what is art conversation. I told you. I told you.
I knew it was gonna happen. I knew it.
You had one job other than playing before.
But it's hard not to talk about that kind of stuff. Yeah. Red flag on the field. Red flag on the field. I can't. I'm glad that you love to think about that kind of stuff. That's my favorite. I love talking about this kind of senseless shit because it's just like, I don't know if at the day it actually gets anybody anywhere to talk about it, but it definitely for me, I don't ever stop thinking about it once it gets brought up. It's like it'll sit in my head for weeks or months, and I just think about why am I doing this? What is this for?
Yeah, it's a refocusing is what I was gonna say. Yeah,
refocusing. It's a perfect way to.
Yeah,
it's sweet. And hopefully people in here, there's people hopefully getting refocused as we speak. So yeah, it's an interesting way to think about it. So what's our future plans in Speedtek? Where are we headed from here today?
House music.
Yes. Yes.
So immediate future, finishing a bunch of stuff that I have that I feel like is ready to be finished.
Yeah.
Dave and I have talked about this, but one annoying thing about making whips or finishing tracks or something like that is that you always want to wait till you're at the next like level.
Yeah.
Because then you feel like, oh, now I've finished them all a little bit better. But that, you could be chasing your own tail or whatever if you keep doing that. Yeah. So I felt like I've got a large body of work that I really believe in now. And even if I just self-release it all,
right?
I just really love it. And and I also feel like I have unlocked the way I want it to sound. Took me a long time to figure that out.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to go in basically right after I leave here tomorrow and start finishing as much as I can. So the track that got signed, I did play tonight. It's the first track that I played. It's called Cool Man.
Cool Man. It's so good.
I really love it. And I can't believe it got signed, but I'm really happy. And so I'm going to finish that first and start sending it out.
Awesome.
And then I'm going to finish a bunch of other ones after that, try to send a pack out and see if I can get people to actually play some stuff. Cause I love that. Yeah. I really love that. I love being in a crowd and hearing my track get played. I love seeing someone play it on a radio show. Like it just feels like they're just like, yes, Andrew, you are a valid person. You know, not going to say that's 100% healthy, but that's how it feels.
Yeah.
Like it feels like an acceptance.
Absolutely.
So that's the immediate plan. And then I just the thing holding me back in the studio as far as streaming is finishing my sound treatment and hanging it. So that's on the docket.
Yes.
Hopefully that happens soon.
Well, are you gonna, I want to see like a YouTube, one of those like trading spaces, like super fast, like
time-lapse thing. Yeah, that was my goal with the shed, but then it took so long to build the studio, and I was just like, I don't feel like doing it.
Yeah.
But time-lapse would have been dope.
I mean, we get to see eventually full.
Yes. And that's the thing too, is there's a whole bunch of tools in the loft.
Yeah.
But it's almost there. It might have to wait until May when my wife's off work, and because she's the carpenter in the family.
Yeah.
So when she's done or has enough time to like finish this kind of stuff, then I'll be streaming, especially in the summer.
Yeah.
Because she'll be off work, I'll be off work.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And then I'm basically just gonna keep writing and writing and writing. I've got so many things, some things that are not Speedtek, like other random stuff that I just want to get out or have been working on.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna put it out and just kind of see what happens. And I'm just sort of like doing the contractor thing where you've got your skills, you've got like a repertoire and all that kind of stuff, and you're open.
Yeah.
You're waiting for the things to come in, which has been happening. You know, I've been doing a little prodding. I don't mind prodding, you know, messaging some festivals and like old contacts and stuff like that. And that's been kind of fruitful, but like that patience, like something will walk up, you know, an offer will come in. We learn that as contractors. It's scary when you're looking at an empty schedule, but you know, how many times have we kicked ourselves when we've taken a bad thing and then a week later the good thing just knocked on our door, and if we would have just waited, you know, like
Absolutely.
that happens a lot. So
yes,
that's what I'm doing.
That's sick. Amazing. Cool. Well, I know for sure that we got a few questions in here.
Cool.
I know one comes, I'm going to start us off with it just right away. Comes from the one and only Two-Step Tim.
Hey.
And he asks this one question every time, and every time I love to ask it. What was Speedtek's first concert ever? Some people can't remember.
I know what it is.
You know?
Well, I know what my first show I chose to attend was.
Okay, yeah,
it's an amazing show, and it was a life-changing show.
I'm ready.
Roscoe, Minneapolis.
That was your first? Wait
at the Loft, where he ended with Hurricane or Hypercane or whatever. I think he ended with the drum and bass one, DJ Fresh, the one that's what you've been waiting for, that really long sustained bass thing. I think he ended with that. That was my first show ever, essentially.
The one where he played bass live and stuff?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, this is like really early. This is like 2009, I think, or maybe even, it has to be 2009, I think. I don't think he brought a bass at all.
Okay.
He just finished the Imogen Heap, right? They did that What You Say song.
Yeah.
He just finished his bootleg of that on the plane to Minneapolis.
Awesome.
And so we got to hear it for the first time, and I lost my absolute mind.
Sick.
And so that is basically, I was in a music school and I was trying to write drum and bass. Yeah. And then I had heard Benga's Diary of an Afro Warrior, which got me introduced into dubstep. And so I was interested, and then seeing Rusko, and I was like, this is super cool. And that really clinched it for me, as like, I should try the dubstep stuff.
Yeah.
You know? It was a very important concert.
Yeah, so that was right in 2009.
Yeah.
One of the first shows that you've ever, you're just like, I'm just going to go.
The first show I ever chose to go to.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to know what the first show you didn't choose to go to was now.
I mean, my brother was in bands.
Awesome.
My brother was in a ska band.
Oh, sick.
So probably my brother playing, I remember him playing the county fair.
Yeah.
That was fun.
That's awesome.
He played some other random place, but I don't know. I can't think before that. I went to see Lori Line, I think her name is, a solo pianist.
Sick.
His solo piano is what I started with, and that's what I wrote floppy disks of music on as a kid.
Yeah.
Gray.
Yeah. Hey, man, if it makes you feel any better, I'm pretty sure the DoD still uses floppy disks.
There you go.
Take that, U.S. government.
Yeah, so it could have been the Lori Line concert, solo piano.
That's awesome.
Yep, I got to meet her.
Awesome. Did you get any of her music?
I think I got like a signed CD or something. I don't know where that is. So
I
have to find out. Maybe my mom has it or something.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah.
Gotta put it in the CD collection.
Yep. But I'm really into solo piano.
That's awesome.
And I'm hoping that more of my varied music tastes leak more into the songs I'm writing.
Awesome.
So I would like my music to honestly stay palatable and exciting and full of energy and club related, at least for Speedtek.
Yeah.
But keep pushing as weird as I can get and interesting tonalities as I can get.
Definitely.
We'll see what I can get away with. The idea.
That's an amazing idea.
Yep.
We got another question from who I believe is Rachel. She comes out to Infrasound, and I've seen her at other shows too. She's super. Top 3 favorite artists in the lane that you're moving into as the project Speedtek.
Yes.
Like who's inspiring you right now? In that lane.
Here's a controversial thing.
Rachel, you've done it.
What? No.
Yeah.
But that's almost the answer. Okay. I mean, it's fine to go down this road, and I'm comfortable going down this road. But basically, I love outsider art.
Okay.
So there's the establishment. Every scene has the establishment, right? Yeah. And then you have outsiders. Some are outsiders in like a culture vulture-y way.
Sure.
Some are outsiders in an ignorance way.
Yeah.
Some are outsiders just because they don't care.
Yeah.
You know?
Just don't fit in.
They're just like, wow, that was cool. I'm going to do a thing like that. And then they move on. You know, there's no ill will. There's nothing like that.
Yeah.
I find outsider art fascinating because the establishment is a box. And so there becomes rules, you know, and I teach those rules a lot of times for students, you know? And so it homogenizes.
Yeah.
And so you don't hear the crazy experimental, why would you ever do that from the establishment or the scene? You hear it from the outsiders. So in light of that, plus me analyzing my own journey and then the journey of like hundreds of students are their most creative at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then they work on their tools and they refine and all that kind of stuff. And then they swing usually really hard into the like really boring. And then they have to come back to creativity. It's like a really natural progression.
Yeah.
With Speedtek, I kind of want to stay ignorant for as long as I can.
Totally.
I don't want to that's why I'm trying to listen to just all the varieties of music all the time. And I don't want to get too commercial about like, I need to tour under this person. I need to sound like this person, stuff like that.
Right.
And maybe it's a privileged position too, because like I have a bunch of skills now and I have some connections or whatever, and I like understand stuff more.
Yeah.
But I would like to sound outsider art-y.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways.
I mean, all of my favorite dubstep is almost every time produced by an almost exclusively drum and bass artist.
Yeah.
Like, all of a sudden, D-Bridge puts out a 142, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is the best 142 ever.
Yeah.
Alex Perez puts out his first 140 record where it's like a whole EP of just dubstep stuff, and it's like, oh yeah, best dubstep ever made.
Yeah.
Like,
and there's a little caveat with the drum and bass people because they are very good.
They are very good.
But I mean, they are outsiders a lot of times.
They are, you
know,
absolutely.
And it's interesting. And I want to stay interesting.
Definitely.
You know, so to answer the question, there's so many really talented DJs and artists, and a lot of the people I play from any level probably inspire me. If I play their track, they inspire me.
Yeah.
The only one I'm going to call out is Glitch Mob, because I just respect them a lot. And like, I really think it's awesome what they've been pushing sonically.
Yeah.
And I think it's gutsy.
Definitely.
And they're pulling it off, and they're pulling it off well, because the tracks are good too. It's not like they're a problem with outsider art is that it can like fail, you know, but they're not, I'm not saying they're outsider art, but they're not failing at what they're attempting to do either.
Totally.
It's like done at a really high level.
Yeah.
I love this like rave revival, but also like really clipped and loud and exciting, clubby and easy to mix, but also taking risks and interesting. Like, that's exactly what I'm trying to do essentially. So for me, that's like the one, I think, artist that I'm just kind of like, that's a good reference point. But everything else, I'm trying to like be inspired by like absolute randos from other countries that I have no clue anything about them, basically.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Big up out to Uwa and Edit.
Yeah.
Glitch Mob.
Yep. Russian.
Yeah, those guys.
That and their Gunfinger music remix is so good. And you know it's good because they play it every show.
Yeah, it is really good. It's a super good remix. I mean, I feel like I always feel like it's really good when I see the person who originally made it
Playing the
plays
remix.
the remix.
It's like the Boonshin remix of Artifice. Is like, he absolutely crushed it.
Yeah.
Like, you took a song that was extremely important to me and still is, and I love it, and then you made me play your version.
Yeah. He's like, it
That's
could have
messed
been, it could have been better. Here,
Yeah.
let me. And you're like, son of a bitch.
I mean, he says it could have been better because his like laptop died, and he's like, "Well, I guess we're going with this version."
What?
So who knows?
Oh my god, could it have even been better? He needs
I'm
to
glad
go.
it's not.
He needs to make a VIP of a VIP.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick. Oh yeah. I feel we nailed that question without even having to do it. Also, what's the plan with date modified?
Yep.
Planned.
Yep.
Oh, also, what's the most excited for starting? What is he most excited for starting this new project after all of his other experiences? What
Sure.
part of this is the most exciting?
I think it is the combination between, you know how you often think, if only I knew now or knew then what I know now.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Because I'm starting from scratch again,
Yeah.
you know, and I'm building a profile and I'm like begging labels and all that kind of stuff. And like, it's been fun, especially because I teach, to like put myself back down and not be like, whoa, tough luck, get good. Like, I am in the dirt and like making deals and like trying to figure stuff out, you know, but I am way more skilled and knowledgeable about the game and the industry than I ever have been.
Totally.
So it's like, I can make a whole bunch of random moves that pay off. Whereas when you just don't have the skills yet, or you don't understand how to sell or value or what people want or social media and all that kind of stuff, you just didn't quite have it to be able to make it work.
Yeah.
And so you have to go through the process of getting there.
Definitely.
So I think what I'm most excited about is like just flow state in the studio and having a great time, and then being able to kind of get away with it, I guess, by getting people interested in it and stuff like that.
Awesome.
You know?
There's one thing that hurts me more than even just my body about getting old. And it's that when you get old, you start saying all of those dumb things that your parents and grandparents used to say, or, you know, it's just like all of the things that rhyme that somehow like, you're like, I guess
attitude
that,
of gratitude.
Yeah, you're like, I freaking guess so. Or like, you know, any of that stuff where it's like, what is the one that keeps on really smashing me right now? Like, the young, something about young people, something about how young people take advantage of being young.
Or is it, I mean, people say youth is wasted on the young.
Youth is wasted on the young. That is the one. Yep.
Yeah. And that's really just from the perspective of someone who's now old.
Yes.
Who understands things now.
Correct.
Right. But it's like, you will never get away from that. That is the inevitable reality.
That's
especially because I could tell you every correct answer and you will not take it to heart.
No.
Because you have to learn most of those things yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
I do. I do know. I know.
Some of us hard knocks a little more than others.
I know in the hardest ways. Yeah, very much. It is horrible. And I find it so frustrating because you get older and then you know that.
Yeah.
And then you still are trying.
Yeah.
You're like, it's like, maybe I can still break through. And it's like, you're not going to break through. Like, but I could maybe. And it's like, you won't.
No.
Yeah, it's really tough. It's hard to explain. But for all of us who are old on here, are all going, yep, I've been there. And for the young people that are on here that think, yep, I've been there. No, you're wrong. That's not true. You aren't there yet. And so, I think even us in our mid to late 30s, we're still young, and we're gonna get older and look back on this maybe one day, this conversation.
If only I knew.
Idiots. They were wasting it. They
Yep.
never even knew.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's super
They
interesting.
didn't even have their cybernetic implants yet. How did we function?
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah. I don't ever have to wear glasses again unless I want to. It's like,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, Rachel really knocked it out of the park with these questions. They were really good.
Nailed it.
We have another one that might have been one. That was it.
Nice.
That was the one. Those were really good.
Covered a lot of good stuff.
Seriously, those were awesome. Frickin' A, dog. I always ask one thing from everybody after the show and this segment. I always ask if there is one more tune that you'd like to send us out with. One last little. We'll just play it from start to finish. Something.
Do I get to?
You do.
Okay. Well, I should go look for it while you're talking.
Yes,
Otherwise, people have to wait around.
No, please. And then while Andrew is looking for that, I want to say thank you for joining us here on another episode of BASSment Jams. This is season 2, episode 3, featuring Speedtek with our opening guest, Nautical Divine. All of these mixes are going to be put up on our SoundCloud, and we are now going to start a new segment on our SoundCloud called Mini Jams, which is just the opening guest artists, 30-minute intros for those quick and fun drives to work or fun, house chores around that you want to just listen to a fun, quick mix to knock something out for the day. And then these mixes will also be on here. And the main guest for the night will always have the full YouTube video posted as well. And on all of those, you can see in the description links to find their music, where you can purchase it, where you can listen to it, where you can find them, where their socials are, where they might be announcing new shows, new releases, or just new mixes. So make sure to find Speedtek on Instagram, YouTube, SoundCloud, and everything in between. Buy his music.
Yeah.
Support his artwork.
Yeah.
Go to his shows.
Put kibs in the bowl. That's what we say. A dog needs the food.
Needs the food.
Got to go out there and put kibs in the bowl.
That's right.
I have a real child now, but I still say.
And who says that child hasn't eaten dog food at least once? I know my kids go into that cat bowl and they're like, but it could taste good.
It's high in protein.
High in protein.
So the song I picked is a side project that started in 2020.
Awesome.
It's me, OK Nice, who's an amazing Twin Cities rapper. Look up
Awesome.
OK Nice.
Okay, nice.
And Paul Radoy. I don't know if he has like an artist name that he wants to say, but
Yeah.
choral singer.
Awesome.
And they're homies of mine. And we have a project where the whole thing was, it started right after lockdown let up.
Yeah.
But we would come over at night, which I never produce at night anymore. We would pour a little scotch and just freestyle a song and try to finish the whole thing that night, essentially.
Ooh.
And so we did that 4 times. We have 4 tracks, but then it took me like 3 years to mix. So I'm going to play another one of those tracks because I played an earlier one.
Yeah.
And the group is called In a Word, which is all one word, all lowercase, In a Word.
Yeah.
And you can get this on Bandcamp. And no one knows about it. And so we're thinking about making some more too. So hopefully you dig it.
Awesome. And to that, everybody have a great night. Love y'all, and we will see you next month for our 4th episode of BASSment Jams. Stay tuned, and thank you. Thank you so much.
say something if you won't do nothing. Don't say something if you won't do nothing. Don't say something if you won't do nothing. Better watch every word, we can tell when you bluffing. Don't say something if you won't do nothing. Don't say something if you won't do nothing. Don't say something if you won't do nothing. Better watch every word, we can tell when you bluffing.
say something if you won't do nothing. Don't say something if you won't do nothing. Don't say something if you won't do nothing. Better watch every word, we can tell when you bluffing. Something if you won't do nothing. Don't say something if you won't do nothing. Don't say something if you won't do nothing. Better watch every word, we can tell when you bluffing.